Welcome to the Unnamed Podcast.
Yeah. I guess that started it. Hey, welcome to the Unnamed Podcast.
Welcome.
I am TreVor,
I'm Jeffrey.
and this is the Unnamed Podcast. Okay, when I say it, we gotta say it together.
Like, welcome to the Unnamed Podcast.
Yeah. So, what's up, y'all? My name is TreVor,
I'm Jeffrey.
and this is the Unnamed Podcast.
Okay, and this is the Unnamed.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just say the Unnamed Podcast.
All right.
What's up, y'all? I'm TreVor,
I'm Jeffrey.
and this is the Unnamed Podcast. All right.
All right.
Period.
Get
Okay.
into it.
Okay. Episode 2. And this is our second
Second
time
podcast.
recording
Yes.
this podcast. Last time we did it on our phones using like the voice memos, but now we are in TFS, the Field Studios, in my house in the studio.
Professionally recorded.
Professionally recording.
Yes.
Okay. So, just appreciate the sound quality and all the effort it takes to make a podcast, because it takes effort.
It does.
And I hopefully you appreciate, a pleasant sound coming through your ears instead of phone crackles
And fans,
and fans and ACs in the background.
Because it was most definitely a fan and an AC running in the
Yeah.
background last time.
Now the AC is on and the fan is on right now, but you can't hear it
No,
because we know what we're doing.
exactly.
We're professionals.
Very much
To
professionals.
segue in from that, we are professional musicians and audio technicians and
Yes.
things. I just wanted to do introductions, basically. We're missing Jeffrey today as well.
Jeffrey?
We're missing Jalen today. We're missing Jalen still,
Yeah.
but we will see him later, hopefully next time. But
Until then.
until then, Jeffrey is sitting across from me. Who are you? Like, what do you do?
Okay.
Just give the people a little synopsis of what you got going on, what you're here for, and
What I'm popping for?
what you popping for, and what you trying to do with this little podcast, and with your life,
Okay. So,
talents, and your skills.
the talent, skills, my life, this podcast. Gotcha. So, my name is Jeffrey Jones. I am a musician. I am a YouTuber. I am a photographer. And I am an inspiring actor as well. So, I'm most definitely trying to get into some,
It's like a triple, quadruple threat,
yeah. And I look good. So, whatever
a
you call
pentuple threat.
Yeah, I look good. So that's another talent that I have. But anyway, yeah. So
So,
guess- go ahead.
what do you want to use your talents for? Like, what is? I'm not gonna say what's the end goal,
Okay.
but like, what is?
like what I want to.
Describe your journey. Where do you want to take your talents?
Okay, so
You can be as vague or specific as you want.
okay, I can. All right, but so when I was younger, I noticed that I had a lot of talent in me, and I just didn't know how to get it out. So I used to go on YouTube a lot, and I used to search up certain things, like certain interests that I liked, and I noticed that music and photography and acting was always going to be a part of my life, but I didn't really know until I hit like high school. Once I got into like high school, I started going to YLP, and and
What is wild?
YLP is Youth Opportunities Program. It's here, based in Toledo, Ohio, and it was through the YMCA program. They had it for teenagers. It was like a educational program for
like a mentor program.
Yeah.
And everything. They helped us.
Yeah, and
with
and
school work.
and then I believe that once I start going there, I start being more expressive with things that I wanted to do in my life, and I start taking my creativity to a whole nother level as far as like talking about it, like just speaking about it into existence and making it happen. I forgot where I was at. YLP.
You started being more expressive in YLP.
Yeah, so I just started being more expressive in but like around that time during YLP, because I really just wanted to explore, and I wanted to take my talent to the next level and be serious about it. And I guess from there, that kind of put me to where I am today. Because honestly, I almost did not meet you.
That's kind of like when you're in high school and stuff, that's kind of around the time where you're shifting into that mindset of, oh, I gotta be serious.
Yeah.
I gotta make a living.
Yeah.
I gotta do something. I gotta go to college. Do I go to college?
Yeah.
So that's understandable.
But
You will be
honestly, like I was saying, like, I almost did not meet. Like I already knew who Jalen was because I was a childhood friend, but I almost did not meet you because around the same time, my mom was trying to put me in Job Corps.
oh, right.
So, and that was all the way in Dayton. And I was like, Aaron, Aaron Jones, he was like, I'm gonna make sure your son graduate on time. Just don't let him leave, you know.
Right.
And I ended up staying, and guess what I did? I graduated on time. And it was a good time. And ever since then,
Job Corps was. You were dealing with Job Corps before I got into YLP?
I had signed papers, and it was about to be like an official thing. Yeah, I was gonna be leaving
Before I joined.
Before you joined, I was papers was signed, things was happening. My mom was excited. My son going to Job Corps, and I was like, and in my head I was like, yeah, I want to go, but I was like, I don't want to leave. I don't. Yeah. I was 16. I was still growing. And I feel like me leave. I don't know. Things could have been a lot different if I went.
How do you think they would have been different?
I don't think I would have been more creative.
Right.
Like I think because I have anxiety and depression, so I think I would have been the kind of person who was just weak minded, and being around you and Jalen and Brittany and everybody else, y'all strengthened me into y'all pretty much cultivated me to be this strong person that I am today. Because without y'all, I don't know. I don't think I would have been able to do it. And I'm like, just, even thinking about it now, I'm just thinking like, what would it have been like if I would have left? Would I still even be doing music? Would I be doing YouTube? Because I started doing YouTube like after I graduated, but I was still in Toledo. I was still in Toledo. I started in 2016.
Yeah.
But I was supposed to leave. I graduated in 2016.
Yeah.
But I was supposed to leave when I was like 16. That was like 2014.
Right. You would have been gone.
I would have been gone. So who would have knows that probably wouldn't have never happened.
Right. You would have been you would probably would have been working at whatever trade
I probably chose.
You probably would have had some money.
Yeah, I probably would have had some money. Most definitely would have had some money.
Would have had some money, but money isn't always happiness.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, did you answer all the questions? Where you trying to take it to?
Okay. And basically,
with this podcast too. Like, what do you think this podcast is going to do?
We're going to take my talent and put this podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so all my talents, I want to be able to. So I always had this dream of like basically having like this big ass space where it's like a building almost,
like a studio.
Yeah, like a studio, but like a building, but different levels of artistic levels. I don't know.
A studio like Tyler Perry Studios.
Yeah, but in like one building, almost like a school, almost. But I want to be able to.
That's what Berkeley is.
Like I want to be able to, not only like showcase what I can do, but I want to be able to show other people, like teach them, like, and like from where we're from, it's kind of like it's kind of hard to believe that you can make it because of the fact that they think that there's too many like obstacles.
Like, there's a lot of obstacles. That's why they call it the mud.
Right. And I want
it's easy to get stuck in the city.
Right.
And it's not as easy to be motivated
and
find people who are on the same wavelength per se.
Yeah.
Who are trying to better themselves in a specific kind of way.
Right, but
or we might not even necessarily know how to do it.
Right.
Like the resources might not even be here.
Right. And that's the whole point of what I'm doing with my music and my photography and my slightly acting career, and in my YouTube channel, I want to show them like I was where you was. I was broke, just like you.
How you know they broke?
You talking to me? I just went. Nah. I wouldn't call them. I wouldn't necessarily say broke, but
that's your story though,
right?
And it's somebody out there that got the same story.
The same story, and I was just
broke.
Like
you might be broke too.
I didn't have no tools, but I had to work with what I had.
Exactly.
But now I got it now.
Right.
And it's possible.
Yeah.
And I want to show that like it's possible. Period.
Right.
And with this podcast, honestly, I want this podcast to be something special to people who are listening and they just feel like they need someone to listen to them, or they feel like he said exactly what I was thinking. Mm-hmm. Or I want them to be like what's gonna make me feel good if I just go to the Unnamed podcast,
Yeah, the blah 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 podcast,
yeah.
Whatever the name ends up being.
And I want this podcast to really touch a lot of hearts. I want to give educational, just like very educational information and very much positive vibes, and let them know that there's no judgment here.
Right.
We're not judging anybody. We just three dudes with our thoughts.
Right. You might some guests,
Yeah.
All that.
Right. So that's it. That's who I am, and I wanted to go back to you. So how about you?
Okay. Yeah, I am a singer, a performer, photographer, videographer, audio engineer, production manager here at the Field Studios. And what else? What did you want to know? What you want to know about me?
So basically, what's your story? What's your upbringing?
What's my story? Ooh.
What's your story? What?
That's my story.
Like where do you want your music? Like where you want your talents to go?
Where I came from the mud.
Period.
I don't want to claim that. I came from Toledo, Ohio, the north side.
Period.
It was a little day in 1997, and but for real, I was born in Toledo, Ohio, and I've always been a creative individual, even as a child. Like, you're a kid and you don't even think about what you're doing, but you're just doing whatever you want to do. I've always been playing like with Legos and Play-Doh and like magic sand, like all that.
You've been a kid.
I was always been creative.
Yeah.
And I've never stopped doing that. It just changed mediums. So I would go from playing with Legos to making stop motion animations and making YouTube videos with them. And then I transitioned from stop motion animation with the Legos, and I transitioned that into photography and videography. So it's all the same thing. I started making music in 2012.
Okay.
Is when I made my first cover.
What cover was that?
It's on there. I think it's still on there. It's still on YouTube.
How I go?
It might be unlisted.
How I go?
It was a cover of Only Want to Give It to You by El Verner.
Okay.
And I went by the name Dame the Singer because my one of my names is Damien. So I was Dame the Singer. The cover is cute or whatever. I was a child, so I was like, it was all right. But yeah. So that kind of started me in music. I was inspired by all the young people, all the young talent back in 2012 who were coming up on the scene, the mindless behaviors and the girls, and I was like, I can do that same thing. I can do that. But then I did my research and I learned about Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, and then I fell in love with Beyonce, and then And now here we are, you know, like,
Right. Like this is
they kind of like was the spark plug.
yeah.
And then Beyonce was the engine. Like, now here I am, like Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Prince,
Yeah.
Luther Vandross. Like, here we go.
All the legends.
All the greats. You can see them on the wall right now.
Yeah,
You
they
see
right, and they look great on your wall.
Michael, Prince, Beyonce, Solange. You know, we got
all of them.
We got all of. We got the Motown record, all that. So,
all of it.
So that kind of started. They were kind of like the inspiration, and then it was further driven into my spirit by by the legends who did it before them. So I'm kind of trying to follow in those footsteps and be like a very important part in people's lives. Whoever, you know, whatever people gravitate towards my music or towards my artistry or whatever. Any kind of people I help on the way to my journey to success, I'll be happy with that. Yeah, I met Jeffrey in YLP, which is youth we talked about already.
Yeah.
I did not want to go to YLP.
You think we should say this for when Jalen come?
Okay, we can save this.
We can say that one for when Jalen come.
Yeah, we can say the YLP for when Jalen come. But yeah, y'all will meet Jalen soon. So that's me. Where I came from Toledo. I came from a family of like 8 kids, and we was all in the same house. And well, no, that's not true. It's like 5 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of us was in the same house for the most part. So I was like the second to the youngest child. So I was like, you know, doing my own thing, playing with the Legos and stuff like that. And then I got my first computer and started making animations on YouTube. They're not up there no more, but I got them saved on my computer.
Well, all I gotta say is tell Tim Burton to watch out.
I was getting better.
They looked it very fluently.
I was
they
getting
was
better.
fluent.
I was getting better, but I didn't have the passion for that. I didn't have the passion for that to really take it there.
Yeah.
Like if I did, like this room wouldn't be a studio, it would be a Lego city. And they would be like cities all you don't even know.
That's a lot of work because you have to click.
Yeah, and I would have a Lego City channel about my Lego City and things that go on in my Lego City, but I didn't have the passion for it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when I realized that like if you really want something in particular, you have to go all in on that one thing. Yeah. So I sold my Legos. I sold all my Legos and bought a camera. Okay. It was that first camera that y'all saw.
Yep.
No, it was the camera before that. Yeah, I don't even know about that one.
Wait, because you had the Nikon, right?
No, I had the Sony before that.
You had a Sony?
Mm-hmm.
What?
So I sold all my Legos and bought that camera. And that's when I was like, okay, I guess I'm following in this lane now. Mm-hmm. Trying to go all in this lane, and then I sold that camera and bought the Nikon. And that's when I met y'all, and then that's when we, started
hanging out together.
And I joined choir in high school. 2012 was when I started high school.
Same.
Right, and so around the time when I was deciding I'm gonna be a singer,
and it's funny,
I joined the choir.
Cause I went to Woodward, and I never saw you. I didn't know who you was.
I was in the choir room.
I mean, of course, but I was a freshman. I just came from Sherman.
You came from Sherman.
I came from Sherman. I didn't go to Leverett.
Yeah. I know you from Sherman. I think we got a yearbook together.
Yeah, we are in the yearbook. Yeah, we in the yearbook together. But even then, I didn't know you then.
I remember us being cool.
We probably had a...
I remember us being cool.
I think I remember us being cool too because, I don't know, I had that feeling.
Yeah, I was like, I know you for sure. Yeah. But yeah, joined the choir and been singing in choirs and all that ever since. So here we are now, still singing, gonna be singing for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just really want to take everything I do as far as I can and affect as many people. So even like right now with this podcast, like we're in the studio, I got to hook up the mics and running it through the program and edit the audio, and this is fun to me. This is fulfilling to me.
It's fun to me too.
And then to listen to the final product and be like, wow, that sounds nice. That's like, yeah, this is what I'm living for.
Right, this is what I do.
When people say I live for that, yeah, this is what I live for.
This is what we live for.
I live for all this. So yeah, it gives me fulfillment.
Do you feel like do you feel like it's your purpose? Absolutely.
Because what else is? What else is my purpose? I don't know.
Period. And you good.
I don't know what else my purpose.
You damn good at it too.
Thank you.
So, where do you want this podcast to go? Like, what's your end or your goal, or what's your thought on where you want this podcast to go?
I mean, I think we can be consistent enough on this podcast to at least get a little, some people who
Some
like
traction.
to listen to some traction, some traction, and some people who like to listen to our voices and hear our radio voices, and yeah. So at least let some people help some people, just provide entertainment or just insight in any way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be satisfying.
Yeah.
Who knows where it might go? I mean,
Right.
who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what shape it'll take?
Right.
Especially when Jalen pops up and we get to talking about more in detail things about because we all share creativity in common, so there's a lot to get into. But who knows where it'll go? It just as long as we're just consistent, and we will be, and you guys stick around for the ride.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a little YouTube thing right now because this is what I do. Because I love to get feedback from people. If you are listening to this podcast and if you have something that you want us to talk about, please comment or find a way, like email us or find a way to get in touch with us, and we will most definitely consider what you want us to talk about. Okay.
Mm-hmm. See, this is YouTube stuff. I'm not a YouTuber, so I don't know nothing about what you just. That was good. Yes, if you have anything you want us to talk about, if you're listening, just comment, hey, we're listening, or just anything. Give us feedback. Let us know you're here, so we know who we're talking to, and talk back. This is a symbiotic relationship.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Well,
I don't know if I think that's it.
I think that's it
You
too.
think that's it?
I think that's it. Well,
thank you guys for listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
Again, for the second time. If you haven't listened to the first one, listen to the first one. Then this one, we're kind of chronological right now.
Yeah.
Just so you can get to know us and see what you're in for. But this is only the second time, and we will be back next week.
Yes.
On a certain day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not yet. We don't know yet. We're still figuring it out. It's like Play-Doh. But yeah, if you want to find me, you can find me everywhere at TreVor Fields Music, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Also, you can follow me. Not follow me. You can visit my website, TreVorFieldsMusic.com. And that is it for me. What about you?
Well, on social media, you can find me at Jermaine Official on the Instagram. You can find me at The Real Jermaine on TikTok if you want to listen to some of my music or some of the songs I listen to. Or if you want to find me on YouTube, it's just Jeffrey Jones. So, yeah, thank you guys for listening to us and allowing us to bless you guys' ears.
And I think that is it.
That's it.
Bye.